what a great way to start this.
Killed me.
Killed
me. He said, okay. Cracked me up.
Look at that. We get to start episode 27 on some laughs.
And hopefully they carry on through the rest of the episode. Someone's gonna listen to one and do the soft beep, and then they're gonna like, let's check out episode 27. It's just me laughing right into it. They hear the music and they're just...
It's funny. Cackles. Episode 25, I titled The Big 2-5.
You did.
And I thought today, I was like, what if we just ran with that for the rest of the episode? So you think somebody would say something eventually? If like every episode, I'm just like the Big 2-7, the Big 2-8. It's just funny. Like every episode's just like, hey, we're very celebratory over here.
The big 4-1 over
big
here.
Big 4-1. Big 106, you know?
Hell yeah.
But no, there was a milestone this week, though.
So it's the 27th, right?
Yeah.
27th episode?
27th episode.
Of Phil and Chase Watch Everything.
Yeah, it sure is.
Which is what this is.
And there was a milestone this week.
Hell yeah.
That happened.
And you told me it.
I told you, but I didn't tell the audience.
No, that is true.
So allow me to. I hit my 100th movie this week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I stopped.
You stopped on the good 100.
That's where I stopped. A solid 100. I always like, because I got the movie log, I've always been intrigued to see what my 100th is from year to year. I'd have to go, I didn't look this time. So I don't know what they've been. But it's always interesting, to just kind of see all of it. Like what did I start my year with? What did I end my year with? What was my 100th? Like that kind of shit. We are getting a train. How about that? We thought the ones that we had a train before we recorded. I was like, oh dang, I guess we're not getting the train. But we already talked about it.
We can't think of any trains.
Don't think we had any trains in the movies this week. No.
I still can't think of a single train that happened.
No.
And like the problem is like I feel like something in a train did happen. I feel like there was a movie that did have a train involved. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, I feel you. You just watched Snowpiercer and forgot.
Do love that movie.
You do love that.
I do love that. I'm a fan. If someone wanted to say something about Snowpiercer, like I thought it was good.
Hell yeah.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, of course. I love it.
When they ate the bars and the bugs all ground up.
Have you seen the thing where it's like the theory where it's like a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah, I've seen like that kind of stuff.
It's fun. It's crazy, but it's fun.
It is crazy and it is fun.
Yeah, episode 27. Episode 27.
Hell yeah. What was your 100th movie?
What was my 100th movie? Well, it's actually my 100th movie is what my last movie, because I said it was the last movie. I ended on it. So it's the last movie I'll be talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to go in order.
Okay. Hey, that's good. That's where I guess we get to end on the 100th episode.
So, would you like to start? Or would you like
I can if you want me to.
Go ahead.
I did end up watching Babygirl.
Babygirl.
Yes.
Ooh, how was it?
It was all right.
Oh.
And here's where my hot take comes into play.
Okay.
I don't think I like Nicole Kidman.
Okay, buddy. Can I be honest with you?
Sure.
I think I agree with you.
I don't know. There's something about her that, like, I don't think she's a bad actress.
No, not at all. She's a great actress.
Agreed.
Phenomenal.
But it's just something about looking at her on the screen, and I'm just like, it's like, I just don't like you.
The
like,
vibes.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. It just gives off, like, bitchiness.
Yeah.
A little bit. And, and I feel like part of that is because a lot of her characters are portrayed that way.
I was getting ready to say, because she's such a great actress, she does. We need to watch more, like, sweet Nicole Kidman roles.
Early days Nicole Kidman, maybe.
Because
I felt the same way with her and the Northman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, she is a total bitch in the Northman.
Yeah. But no, I enjoyed Antonio Banderas because he was in the movie as well, like as her husband. I enjoyed his performance and stuff like that. She had like an assistant or whatever, and I thought she did a good job. But it was just something about Nicole Kidman. I'm just like, don't like you. And so it was just, I don't know. And then the movie was just kind of weird.
Antonio Banderas is in Babygirl.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Now I want to watch it even more.
It's pretty good. I mean, it was definitely. I would say it's worth the watch.
I have some Antonio.
I will say, not very sexy. Not like
the movie as a whole. Not
yeah. It's I mean, but also not my thing.
Yeah.
You know, with the whole like humiliating and stuff like that aspect of like being intimate with people.
Yeah.
So, you know, her kink, not mine. Just trying to think of the words of how I want to put this stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, so I thought the movie was good as a whole. I'll say that.
Word.
But yeah, glad I didn't watch it on the first date.
Or
like hanging out with that chick or whatever, like that.
Okay. That happened.
See, because if I would have done that, like thinking like, oh, you know, something like something a little fun, you know, a little sexy time,
steamy,
yeah, and then it's not like, ooh. I'd have to sit here and like think about this.
I feel you. That I mean, let's say I've been in that
Don't
position.
touch me.
So many times of like, you know, being with a girl and you're like, oh yeah, let's watch this movie. But because I watch so much, you know, so many different kinds of things, we might go into something, some sort of A24 movie or some art house thing or whatever, and it's like so not the vibe of what you thought it was going to be.
Right,
and the girl is like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like it. What do you think? I don't know. I don't understand it. But
this is also my first time watching it. How's that supposed to go?
Yeah, right. Interesting. Good to know. Good to know these things before going into Babygirl.
Yeah. Like I won't get all up in it just because you still need to explore it yourself. But...
Yeah, I feel you.
So silly, but yeah, that was cool. Gotcha. Do you want to go next?
Hey,
now?
Yeah, we can.
You want to do a little one for one?
Since we both
watched
fuck
5?
it, yeah. That might fall apart later, but yeah, for now, let's do one for one.
Well, yeah. Okay.
So I started the week with Jackie Brown.
Yes, because you're doing the Tarantino's.
We're continuing from last week. I started at the very beginning, some Reservoir Dogs, a little Pulp Fiction. Jackie Brown, Phil, as you know, Phil, I always was like, oh, well, you know, I just happen to have not seen Jackie Brown, so I'm like, well, you know, Tarantino's only making 10 of these bad boys. He's coming up on his 10th. Maybe I saved Jackie Brown, and it's like, even after his 10th one, I got one for me. You know, one tucked away like a little squirrel, you know, with his nut fucking. And I'm so glad I did not wait to watch Jackie Brown after the fact. Because I'm pretty positive it's my least favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
It is not his strongest.
No. I feel kind of strongly that it's his weakest. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to agree. Because that's the one where it's like, the whole thing with like the bond money and stuff like that, like it was like a whole, a whole situation, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like when you told me the thing about like the Robert De Niro scene.
Yeah.
Like even you saying that, I had to sit there and be like, oh yeah, that did happen. Like it took me a second. I'm like, oh yeah. Now I remember this scene perfectly.
That scene was fucking crazy. And I think it's in De Niro's contract that he has to be in movies where he just fucking plugs people. Like, where somebody, even if it's him, like somebody's getting popped. Like,
no one's coming out of this movie alive.
But yeah,
not everyone's going to make it.
Somebody's gonna get shot, and you're not gonna see it coming. But yeah, she was just like taunting the fuck out of him in that.
He
mall.
did tell her.
Getting it over and over again. Not another fucking word. Not another fucking word. And then she said something smart. Like, I'm pretty sure she was like, not another fucking word. And then, wow.
And I think something just happened too, where it's like he was already kind of like in a bad mood. I feel like, or did he just do it?
It was pretty much fully because of her.
Yeah.
Like, he was in a bad mood because of her for various reasons. Like throughout the day.
Yeah. It was like a build up.
But also, I did find his character interesting because, like, you know, having not seen the movie before, I didn't know what to expect. So, like, I found it very interesting that, like, Robert De Niro hardly says anything this whole movie.
He's a pretty quiet guy.
A very quiet guy, and he's very, like, particular, but he's also, like, you know so much about this dude. You know what I mean? Like,
he still is able to, like, have such a presence.
He's super loyal to Samuel L. Jackson, even when, like, old girls go, like, yeah, he fucks her, but, like, even later, like, he jokes with Samuel L. Jackson about it. He's like, well, yeah, I fucked her. He's like, yeah, I felt bad afterwards. You know, and they have a good laugh over it and shit, but, like, yeah, the whole time he's just kind of like keeps his distance. He keeps it professional. He keeps it loyal. Even when she's like trying to scheme on Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson, he was good in it. You know, he definitely chewed it up for sure.
It's one I'd have to rewatch.
So the guy who plays the bail bondsman that like falls in love with Jackie Brown, the actor that plays him, Robert Forster, I guess, got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Makes sense. I thought his character was really interesting. I liked his story arc. I thought his performance was great. Probably my favorite part of the whole movie. So it makes sense that
everyone agreed.
Everyone agreed. But other than that, like, yeah, man, it's like the one Tarantino movie that I'd be like, pass. Yeah. If somebody's like, you want to watch Jackie Brown? I'd be like, not really. Not necessarily. Michael Keaton's in it, but it's like
not necessarily.
You know, it's like because I'm keeping a little ranking in my phone as I go along.
Hell yeah!
And
for your official.
Yeah, just list. To like, it's a lot easier that way because then you can really compare them 1-to-1. You can just be like, okay, well, did I like this more than this one, less than this one? Okay, I'll put it here. You know. And so far, Jackie Brown I like less than all of them. So yeah, right now it's sitting at number 9. Yeah, man, I wanted to love it, you know, obviously going into it, I wanted to love it. But that happens. It made me feel a certain type of way about Quentin Tarantino as a filmmaker. It almost like shook my faith a little bit as a Tarantino fan. Not necessarily in a bad way, but like,
he does bleed.
yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because then it's crazy. Like, we'll talk more about it later. But you know, the movie he did after that is fucking great again. You know, he went from Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, did the next one. It's like, oh well, fucking A. Is that another train?
Dude, they're going crazy.
Holy
tonight.
Shit with the trains. They're gonna crash somewhere that close in succession.
Now I'm concerned, like, what the fuck is going on?
Their fucking train party? Thomas and his friends getting tanked? What's happening?
They hear that we like to record podcasts in the garage.
So you like to record podcasts?
Hey, let's fuck with them. They keep mentioning us, so let's just be as loud as possible.
You like trains, dude?
Trains are cool.
Yeah, trains are alright. See, that's too bad because Jackie Brown, she was a flight attendant. Yeah, planes, not trains. Yeah, there's your problem.
One flies, one does not.
Yeah. Now, Jackie Brown was punching tickets on a fucking train. It'd be a different story. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else on Jackie Brown that I felt. All of it, I actually. Very distinctly, I remember like my purest review on this. It sounds so harsh, and it almost feels like sacrilege to say this, but it feels like I'm watching a student film, and it almost feels like Tarantino would kick the shit out of me for saying something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, right. Or even just like Tarantino like fanboys. You know, it's like, how dare you? Like, he's 3 films deep. You're gonna call that shit a student film? I'm like, it's like a student film with the most stacked fucking cast I've ever seen. Like, excellent cast, stacked to the fucking ceiling, but everything else is so flat. Like the way it's shot, the lighting, like all of it. And it's just so weird, like coming from such a dynamic director as Quentin Tarantino. It's just very bizarre.
Yeah.
And yeah, bottom of the pile for me.
It's funny because like you say that because it's like I heard another director, someone made the same comparison where it's like they said it was like a student director was trying to impersonate said director.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how. So it's kind of like what you said about Jackie Brown. It's like someone trying to impersonate Tarantino,
right?
But it's Tarantino just making the
movie. Yeah.
But I only saw that's like the one I've only really ever saw once, and even when I saw it, I was like, it's okay. Like I wasn't like, man, Jackie Brown,
Yeah.
And I think I'd have to go through the list, and I think there's only like very few that I haven't seen. Maybe like one.
Death Proof, maybe?
I think so. That's the one I haven't seen.
I was gonna say, I feel like you've seen all the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew there was one in there that I just never got around to.
That's...
And I feel like the crazy thing is I feel like we started it together, but never finished it.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen it a lot of times.
Yeah. Which is crazy to me that I haven't seen it. No, I didn't even mean to.
Corey and I watched it like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm not Corey.
I think maybe it was like what we did for Halloween or something that year. Because there was like a thing. I don't know. There was a reason. We were hanging out and I was like, yo, you seen Grindhouse? Because like my favorite thing is when now we're talking about Grindhouse. We don't need to do this yet. We're going to do this next week. But like real quick though, with the Blu-ray, when like I finally got the Blu-ray and was able to watch it how it came out in theaters, like as a double feature with the trailers and shit, that's the way to do it. I love it.
Maybe this will be the year that I watch it.
Oh yeah, maybe it was the year. Hey,
throw in the stack.
I watched Jackie Brown and Saving Private Ryan this year, so fuck. Is there anything else left to watch?
that was it. Yeah. Those are the only 2 things you were holding back on.
I guess I'll watch Godfather Part 2 now. Fuck.
Never finished it.
Yeah, never started it. Well, actually, that might have been a lie. But
I watched like half of it, but like the person I was watching with just wouldn't quit talking to me. So I got to because like we were smoking and stuff. I was like, you know what? I was like, we're not paying attention to this. I was like, if I'm gonna watch it, like people like regard this as like one of the best movies ever made. I was like, I feel like I should be giving it more of my time because I was not picking up on greatest movie ever made vibes while I was watching it. I was like, either I'm missing something or people are just like we're just fell in love with it, and then they never watched another movie again. They just kept
Which
The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, that definitely happens.
I don't need another movie. I have Part 1 and a Part 2.
I think that all the time. I just saw a clip from this movie the other day, and I think about this all the time. Citizen Kane is always...
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Always talked about as the greatest movie of all time, and I'm like, is it though? Is it?
I've never being stubborn
now,
and not.
I've never seen this movie personally. But one must wonder what makes that the greatest movie of all time.
You know what's crazy? I have no idea what it's even about.
See, and then I wonder that too. Because I'm watching this thing the other day and they play a clip from Citizen Kane. And I'm thinking to myself, there are clips from Citizen Kane that aren't like the ones you see all the time. Like there's like the handful of clips you see or like images where he's like standing in front of the sign and shit like that. And... they're playing this clip and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, so it does exist. This movie is real. I do want to watch it, because it is.
If I'm gonna watch everything, I'll have to start.
People say you should have started there, but we didn't.
Well, hey, I was young when I started watching movies. Well, I was gonna put on Bugs Life and then turn around and put in Citizen Kane. Like,
You should have.
I probably would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah, maybe.
I've seen too much now.
Right.
I
I can't go back.
But there's such a fine line with that too. There's a lot of movies I felt like I watched too soon.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Where
sure.
it's like,
Actually,
I couldn't fully like appreciate the movie for what it was because I just wasn't understanding what I was seeing.
well, hopefully I remember this later because this applies to the last thing I'm going to talk about.
Hell yeah, the 100th movie.
Yeah.
I will try to remember to help
Good.
help bring it back up.
So what do you got, bud? What's
I
next?
guess to kind of I guess I'll just do my last movie because I want to talk about it.
Okay.
And it's Dunkirk.
Oh, Dunkirk. Oh, yeah, you've never seen that before,
No.
right? Oh,
It's
shit.
my first time.
Okay.
And I liked it.
Okay.
I do enjoy it.
I
But
liked it. Hard like.
I
Okay.
enjoy war movies. I just
I
do.
know you do.
I just do. And it was kind of crazy. I was wondering,
I just
like,
don't
well,
ask him why. He
yeah,
just does.
I just do, okay? But it's just crazy to me that, like, I was thinking about it. I was like, is Dunkirk like bigger, like a bigger deal, like over like in Europe and stuff like that because it was such like a, because like isn't Christopher Nolan from England as well and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was like, why this story? Like, why Dunkirk? You know what I'm saying? Or, like, I get that, you know, the civilians came and essentially saved like
Mm-hmm.
like hundreds of thousands of soldiers or whatever the number was, but it was crazy though. Like,
Yeah.
some of the stories, like story arcs, were just wild. I thought it was cool how he would do certain shots and then go back to the same scene but from the other perspective.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was like Tom Hardy in the airplane,
Mhm.
and then it went back to the people on the boat. And then it like kind of jumped, and then it went back to the guy who got shot down
Yeah.
because he almost drowned, and that like it's so like how everything like came together.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, man, that's pretty cool.
I liked it.
Especially it's like a war movie that has very little like, I want to say action, but it's like it's not really like a battle. It's just like
Yeah,
the
I
Germans
feel you.
fucking with these people as they're trying to get out of Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Scheiße. It's like, oh, jeez Louise. The only thing that I didn't really care for that I thought, like, I mean, if it happened in real life, cool. I guess not really cool, but like
I don't care for this if this happened in real life.
But it's not cool either way. But I just like the dude from Killing of a Sacred Deer, the one that was on like the yacht.
Yeah.
Or whatever, that dude.
The kid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that he like bumped into him and he like hit his head and then died.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't feel like it was like he like.
I kind of forgot about that, but yeah. I've only ever seen it the one time. It's been years now.
Yeah, because like like he was like, I'm not going back to Dunkirk, and freaked out, and like the dude like bumped his head. And then he went and like lay down and was like bleeding. He's like, I can't see. And then later, like when they're getting all the soldiers out of the water when the ship tips over, the son of the captain was like, be careful with the body. And they're like, he's dead. And he's like, well, then be careful with the body. And so I was like, damn. I was like, okay. I was like, it just kind of, I was just like, well, don't know how I feel about that, but.
Yeah.
You know, if he really did hit his head and die in real life, then I'd feel shitty for saying that.
Apologies.
Kind of silly. I mean, because like some dude put his story on like poster, like on the news, like a letterhead or whatever, like talking about something. That's one thing I also don't like about movies is like reading things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like where it's like,
like,
here's like this like information. And
on
like
a text or like a newspaper.
Yeah. I'm just like, so I have to pause it. And like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, especially because I don't wear glasses. So it's like, I can't just see it anyway. So like, I have to like
If
get
you
off.
could read, you'd know that text says that's a you problem.
Yeah. Tell him what to tell you, Phil. Go to the fucking eye doctor.
Get fucking glasses then.
But even then, like, sometimes it's too fast to even read like
No,
what they throw up on there. So just a little pet peeve. And then I thought Harry Styles was decent. Wouldn't have even known it was him if I didn't know going into it that he was in the movie.
Yeah, it was like one of his earliest roles, if not his first role.
I think it was his first role.
Yeah.
And then I was like, interesting. Christopher Nolan picked you up for a movie.
Of all people.
I'm assuming he's also from England though, so like that's why I keep going back to like this being a bigger.
You just want to go over there and be like, hey, I got some questions about Dunkirk.
I feel like that's like our.
Are these things bigger deals here than?
I almost feel like that's like our fucking Omaha Beach.
Right.
There's always like the D-Day that we talk about a lot over here. So I wonder if it's like, Dunkirk. Yeah. Just curious. Quick Google, I'm sure it would probably solve that question for me. And then I thought Tom Hardy's story was the absolute saddest.
For sure.
Because, like, what the fuck? He saved everybody. Like, he saved everyone. Like, in every situation, here comes Tom Hardy being a badass in his little airplane with no gas. Just saving motherfuckers all the way up until the end, and then gets captured? Well, man.
God, what's he gonna die of pneumonia next?
He very well just might. He's gonna try to take over Gotham next. Well, he already did that, I guess.
Shit. He already did that. Been there, done that.
In the timeline of things. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think.
Glad you finally watched it.
Yeah, I'm glad I was too. I saw it on Prime. I'm like, you know what? I know Chase said that he threw it on my pile of movies to watch, but I'll watch it now. And I think I only have one more Christopher Nolan left.
What is it? Do you know?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to guess?
Do I want to guess?
Yeah.
New or old?
Newer.
Was it Tenet?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure is.
I feel like I need to rewatch Tenet. Like Dunkirk, I want to rewatch, but like Tenet, I feel like I need to rewatch. Like I feel like maybe I didn't give that movie the chance.
And I feel like you scared me from Tenet. Where it's like, because I was looking forward to watching it, and you're just like, yeah, it's just okay. I'm like, that's kind of because like I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, so it's like his Tenet might be my Jackie Brown.
Philip, can I tell you something?
It probably is.
His Tenet is my Jackie Brown for Christmas. Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure.
That's how we're gonna start gauging like the worst movies. And people's film line. This is their Jackie Brown.
Well, and that's what you can do. Everybody's been pulling the fucking wool over my eyes all these years, being like, "Oh, Death Proof's is worse. I'm like, "That's his worst." Like, oh, damn. Then everything's great. No, people fucking lied about Jackie Brown.
Yeah, because like even when like you told me like. Way back when you're like, yeah, I haven't seen Jackie Brown. I'm gonna save it. I'm like, are you sure you want to say Jackie Brown for your last one, man?
Yeah, but that's what happens when you keep hitting home runs. That one time you don't, people don't forget.
They don't forget.
Don't forget. Look at Marvel. People haven't forgiven them after Endgame. They were hitting homers all of the Infinity Saga, and then one whiff, and they're like. Get them.
You guys really can't make a movie, can you?
Throw them out of the league.
And then what's funny too is because then I feel like, you try to course correct, and then they get mad about the next one. So it's like, what the fuck do these people want? You want cameos? Here's some cameos. Oh, you didn't like those cameos? Well, then I guess we'll go fuck ourselves. It's like, oh, geez, I don't know what to tell you.
I think I've seen all of Christopher Nolan's.
I also didn't realize I watched The Following.
Yeah, because you and I watched it together.
Yeah, I knew I watched it with somebody.
Not too long ago.
And then
is that another fucking train, bro? Dude, what the fuck?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Now I'm concerned.
This is, of all the episodes, we have no train movies to talk about.
But the most trains.
Oh my god.
Crazy. Yeah. I was thinking about. I've been kind of wanting to watch Stand By Me again. That's like another one that you haven't seen.
Train. It is, and you know what? It's one I've
train movie.
Big train movie.
Literally just the one.
This one.
But they do walk on the train tracks for a majority of the movie, so
it's one I've gravitated towards a lot this year because I wanted to start. I've been, like I said, I've been doing good watching some classics here and there that I haven't seen. But I keep seeing it, and I'm like, I might watch this one. Because I'm a big Stephen King fan, you know, a classic film.
Well, speaking of Stephen King, I got something after you're done.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, just something to say about Stephen King.
Oh, well, I'm done.
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't... Shit, I should have just waited then, instead of just interrupting you. Have you seen the trailer for The Long Walk?
Oh, yeah.
I watched that trailer for it the other day, and I was like... Interesting. And then I had questions.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm assuming it's just one continuous walk.
Mm-hmm. It's long. It's a long walk.
But like you have
It's a long walk.
You have to sleep though. Like you physically just can't.
So
walk.
I thought about that, and I was like, that
was like my first thought.
Maybe I tricked myself into thinking this because I didn't rewatch the trailer. But I could have swore I saw a scene where they were like resting, like it was nighttime and they were resting, as if there was like a designated time. Right, but then like when it's go time, you better get going, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
Because I do remember that there was like a scene like that was at night, but
yeah,
I don't remember exactly what it showed. It was dark.
It's dark.
But it looked crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get your foot so mangled up that you're like walking on a nub.
Ugh. Just be walking. All I do is fucking walk.
What was the? There's that X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Was that
Origins?
That's what I thought. We had to
walk till your feet bleed and then keep walking.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck he says.
And then he ran to the water and then quit walking.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that's like how it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, his shoes were all like, he was just all bloody. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of walking. Now, as two people who have walked quite a distance in our lives,
how would we hold up in the long walk?
I don't think I would do well.
Oh, really?
I think I would last longer than other people. But I don't know if I could last for.
You're not the guy.
I'm not the winner of whatever this sick situation.
You're a guy, but you're not the guy.
Because like, I've never read the story either, so I'm just curious as to why the fuck are they walking.
I hear it's Stephen King's oldest book. Technically, it wasn't his first published, but like he wrote it like when he was 18 or some shit, like originally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of cool to check out.
Yeah. It's big Stephen King year. Just kicked it off with The Monkey.
Sure did.
And then we got The Long Walk coming up. And then another one, speaking of Stand By Me, more on that side of Stephen King.
I forgot that he did that.
Because they even are promoting this one as like the guy from the writer of Stand By Me and The Shawshank Redemption. They're appeasing to the other side of but it's called The Life of Chuck. And it's based on a newer short story of his. But I've been hearing good things about it. For like years. Basically, at this point. Like, because it played in festivals or something like a couple of years back. And people are like, oh, this is great. I've just kind of like patiently been waiting. Because Mike Flanagan, who did like the Hill House and Gerald's Game and Doctor Sleep and all sorts of shit.
I did like Doctor Sleep.
I like all sorts of shit Mike Flanagan does. He's good. Oculus,
Well, I enjoyed Oculus.
He fucking hits it out of the park, man. But he's doing it. But this is like, I feel like, as far as I know, it's like his first thing he's done like outside of horror.
Oh,
but still appropriate that it's like Stephen King.
Yeah.
But I dig on that. We took a little departure there. Yeah, Dunkirk, awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
awesome.
only got 5 movies each, so we got time to fill
Yeah.
in.
I told you 3 hours.
Just feeling real chatty today.
So, well, see, this is where things are going to get tricky, Phil, because actually, I feel like I got 2 sets of 2 here where they like kind of pair together.
Okay.
So,
did you want me to just go ahead and knock what I have out, and then you can just do your sets, or you want to do like, because you're saying the sets like kind of work together as like one, right? Was that kind of what you're saying?
yeah.
Well, you want to? I mean, I can go.
I guess I watched 6 movies. No,
Yeah, because you said
Yeah,
said 5, and then you threw one more
yeah,
at me. I thought you had 3 left.
whatever. Who's going? Me or you?
I'll go.
Okay.
I watched Tales of the Underworld.
Okay, yeah, Star
Wars.
All right. I started it because, I didn't watch a single fucking Star Wars thing. I started that one because I thought it was weird because I felt like I checked on Star Wars Day and I didn't fucking see anything on there. I was like, well, that's weird. They didn't release anything on Star Wars Day? Like, that's bizarre. But then, like, the next day or, like, the day after or whatever, I saw that on there.
Oh, it was the next day.
I was
Because
like,
I got on
on
the 5th, and it was on there.
Okay. Because I was like, I was going to say. So I started watching it, and then I was like, I know that character from, like, other Star Wars things. I think one of the books I gave you is about her, Asajj Ventress or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was like familiar with her. I was familiar with like Cad Bane. Was that the other guy?
Sure was.
I knew these characters, but I don't know these characters. Like,
yeah.
Like I told you, I feel like if I had watched like Clone Wars and shit, it'd be a lot more invested.
Yeah, you'd have a lot more to invest in.
So I watched like 1.5 episodes, and I was like, I should just stop.
Hell yeah. Well, because like the Asajj Ventress one was interesting because like, since you also haven't seen the Bad Batch, she has like an appearance in there.
Yeah.
But she's not like a part of the Sith anymore. But she get kicked out, whatever you want to call it, of being Dooku's apprentice, because the Emperor was like, so you have an apprentice? It's like, not anymore. Get rid of her. He's like, but she's my assassin. He's like, I said, do it. And he's like, okay. And so he was like, I have to kill you. And then she escaped, and she's a part of the Night Sisters. So she went back to Dathomir, and then, met up with the sisters, and that's when the whole Darth Maul and his brother storyline. So that's all crazy. And so then she becomes like a bounty hunter. And so like I felt like this story was kind of like, I didn't know where it fell like within her timeline. And so she had like the same kind of haircut that she had in the Bad Batch. So I would assume that it was probably closer to like that timeline of it all. But I enjoyed it. I thought her story was interesting to kind of just show more on her story.
Yeah.
And then I'm a big Cad Bane fan. He's a bad dude. And I feel like you don't really need to know a whole lot about him because like his whole like story is like how he started. It's like his origins. So you could watch that one and you wouldn't have to know more about Cad Bane to be able to appreciate it. So
that's good to know.
So yeah, but that storyline was crazy. Those 2 episodes, like I love them. The Tales of whatever, the Jedi, the Empire, and when I saw that, I was giddy. You would have thought it was Christmas fucking day, like because I was like, I'm gonna watch Star Wars and eat tacos, and I did exactly that. I was getting ready to order some tacos, and I was like, let's see what's on Disney Plus. I got on there. It's like, Tales of the Underworld. I'm like, bet, and yeah, enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Hell yeah, bud.
Yeah. So yep, that's my Star Wars talk for the week.
Well, I continued something from last week, and watched Spy Kids 2 and 3 myself.
Okay, I see what you're saying with the 4 movies, the 6 movies, or whatever. Yeah.
So, I know we kind of touched on it last week, but Spy Kids 2, it's the pinnacle.
If you want to get back into it, I would gladly keep talking.
We can get back into it because Spy Kids 2.
Because I felt like we talked about it, but we didn't really talk about it.
No. Spy Kids 2. Spy Kids was great. It inspired a generation. We were like, oh, we love Spy Kids.
You're strong, Junie.
Not that strong. But Spy Kids 2, whole other level.
It's just great. It makes me want to rewatch it. Every time we talk about it, I'm like, can we just throw Spy Kids 2 on real quick?
We talk about it every time. Like, it has everything.
It has your brother, sister.
Your brother, sister.
You got your siblings.
Story.
Yeah, and they have telekinesis. They can talk to each other in their minds.
Skeletons.
She kicks the head off of one, and he just keeps on. I was like, oh goddamn! As a kid, fucked me up,
dude. Especially as a kid, you know, like, and even watching these movies.
I haven't seen it since I was an adult.
They make me feel like a kid when I watch them. You know,
yeah,
like, they really do. Like, it really takes me back. Those original 3 movies are just
like, have your mom maybe cook you something and you bro, you'd be right back there.
Oh, yeah, dude. I distinctly remember, I think I mentioned this last time, Spy Kids 2 and Chamber of Secrets came out on DVD around the same time. I remember being over at a buddy's house, and like those were on repeat over at his house, and then like I'd be watching them at my house. Like, those were the movies to watch, the sequels to watch that year. Yeah, dude, you get a little Steve Buscemi as the island man. Yeah. Romero was his name. Yeah. Because they got there by falling through the volcano. You weren't falling. It was an optical illusion.
They thought they were falling. I was like, how long have we been falling? Like 4 hours.
He drops those bars. He's like, do you think God stays in heaven because he too is afraid of what he's created? I was like, damn, this is a kid's movie. It's crazy. Robert Rodriguez brought that up in that podcast I watched, where he brought up that line. I'm like, damn, he did say that, didn't he? I was like, that's fucking some heavy shit. And then,
a kid's gonna get done watching the movie. He's at the dinner table like 1,000 miles.
Right. He just like puts his fork down and looks at him.
What's on your mind, Timmy? Do you think God
stays in heaven because he too is afraid of the things he's created? What are they teaching you at that school?
You're not going over the Johns anymore.
Then you got Gary and Gertie Giggles, which something I love about the Spy Kids movies is like pretty much, I feel like pretty much all the major characters from the first movie are in the second one and the third one, and anybody who was a major character in this that came in the second part came back in the third one. You know, like they just kind of bring these people back, because in the third one, you know, Gertie tells Junie, everyone is your family, and he calls in everyone at the end.
Oh shit!
Yeah, fucking little Spy Kids 3, man. Spy Kids 3D, game over.
I feel like that's the one I watched. Probably the least.
The least, really?
Yeah.
I would probably say the first one I've probably watched the least.
I used to have the second one on repeat. I used to watch the shit the first one. Yeah. That was my jam, dude.
See, 3, I know we talked about like seeing that in theaters. And
I just started having flashbacks.
Oh yeah, dude. That shit was just like
at the park. When like the chick like
oh, you're still on the first Spy Kids.
Yeah,
goddamn.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm talking about Spy Kids 3D. It's seen it in theaters, and it was like that was the first 3D movie I'd ever seen, and that shit was wild.
I almost want to say it's the same for me. First 3D movie. I think I said on the podcast. I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah.
That was the first 3D movie I saw, and it was crazy.
It was, dude.
I loved it.
Because it was like Robert Rodriguez said. It was like theme park 3D. That's my shit.
That's what I want as a kid.
Exactly. That's what I want as an adult. That's why I still think, like, during the 3D craze, I think the best 3D movies I've seen were, like, Jackass 3D and fucking Harold and Kumar 3D, like, because they played up the 3D, you know.
Yeah. Because that's like, I don't want to watch, I don't want to pay extra for a 3D movie to add, like, a level of depth. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're fucking Avatar. You know what I mean? But that doesn't feel like a level of depth. That feels like I'm being immersed. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the most seamless 3D. James Cameron hand stitched every frame of blue and red that you see in that fucking movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
the Beatles back.
I'm saying. That's a scary little guy.
He is. I'm sure he means no harm, but he is a scary little guy.
I thought I was going to have like a heart attack when he like landed right next to me because I didn't know what he was.
Who are you?
Oh my God.
So yeah, I remember going to the theater, seeing it. It's crazy because I also love what they do with that one. Because like not all 3D movies do this, but like I love when a 3D movie like tells you when to put on the glasses.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. And I love
put on glasses now, and
right?
Get flashes.
Boom,
yeah,
boom.
yeah.
But I love that they like played it into that motherfucking beetle is going to come over here, and I know it, and I'm just not
ready for it.
Thrilled about it. I'm just good. Anyways, but yeah, I love the way that they like tied that into the game or the movie as well. That the game.
I was like, they had a game that they made too.
Well, actually, though, Philip, they did because I played the shit out of that fucking game because it was a computer game, and because I remembered I was thinking about it when I was watching the third movie with Charlie the other day because it is identical to the fucking game in the movie, and so I'm just having flashbacks to being on the PC playing this shit. And you had the fucking you surfed on the lava, you fought with the robots in the robot arena, you the fucking the motor, like the little motorbike race or whatever that they do. Oh yeah, all of it, bud. All of it. You get to do all of it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you know what I think I'm thinking of? No. I don't think it was a computer game. I think it was a fucking special feature on the DVD. No, I'm serious. You know when they used to have like games on the fucking
because they used to have like the Harry Potter games, and then
that was that shit.
Then they have like
see, but Harry Potter and I have beef. Their bonus features pissed me off when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah. Oh, the story of a Sorcerer's Stone. It pissed me off because you had the game. There was the bricks, and I couldn't figure out the bricks. I remember us talking about it. And I got through it one time. There was like all these for those that don't know, you had to play through the special features again, just like you'd be playing through the movie. It was the thing in the early 2000s. And I'm fucking making my way through it. And then there was the Diagon Alley, like, bricks you had to do.
Yeah.
So I always had a hard time with that, but I got that. I made it all the way to fucking Hogwarts. And you get there, and then you unlock deleted scenes. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And then it doesn't save. And
no, you'd have to do that all in one.
Oh, yeah, no. So what I should have fucking done was watch all those deleted scenes then, and I did not. And, so that's why we got beef, because then I could never get back in. And I was like,
"Oh damn! You only got in one time."
Yeah, well, fuck them. Haven't tried since I was a kid. So
well, I mean, makes sense. But
yeah, I'm a grown man now. I probably could get it.
They probably just have the deleted scene somewhere. You can just
I'm pretty sure there's just extended cuts at this point. Oh. Yeah, I could get on Peacock right now and watch some extended editions.
I didn't know there was any extended editions.
Oh yeah, do you ever throw on Harry Potter on ABC Family around Christmas time? That dates us a little bit, but
I don't. Well, but I do know it plays.
But like when it did, because I remember, because The Grinch did the same thing, and I felt like I was being gaslit by fucking ABC Family, because like I tune in and I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, so I've seen this Harry Potter. I've watched this movie a gajillion billion fucking times on DVD, and I'm like,
This seems different.
I don't remember that. Well, that seems kind of different. I don't remember this at all. Like, just like full scenes. I just like, when the fuck did we get ice cream? So that kind of thing. And I the Grinch was like that one for sure. Like Harry Potter, I questioned myself. The Grinch, I knew for a fact.
I know every word.
I had seen that movie on DVD so many fucking times that like when I saw that shit on ABC Family, they're playing it, and there was a whole scene that I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this isn't in the movie. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, and then like I finally Googled it. And apparently, yeah, it really was a thing. They really were airing like these alternate versions. It's like, you motherfuckers can't even get that shit on DVD.
I need answers.
Crazy.
That is crazy. I think the Lion King 1.5 had like a feature, like a game feature on it.
Probably.
It felt like the one that would the most.
But I guess
the second one did.
Fucking
we're gonna bring it back.
Bring it back to the topic at hand here. Sweet. Spy Kids.
Oh yeah,
Spy Kids 3. Another crazy thing about Spy Kids 3. Watching it now, off the bat, first like opening 3 minutes of this movie, baby Selena Gomez. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea. Until because her and Glenn Powell were at.
See, because I heard.
Yeah, they said the thing about being in Spy Kids 3. He was like, "You were in Spy Kids? Oh, you were in Spy Kids?" And I was like, "They were in Spy Kids?" Yeah, and Selena Gomez is like that chick at the beginning that hires Junie as like the PI, and has the water park or whatever, and he fucking solves their mystery. There's Selena Gomez first few minutes. Then Glenn Powell shows up at the little robot arena. He's like kind of the announcer kid there. Yeah. I'm like, crazy.
Yeah, because I saw
they're
like
just babies.
On Facebook, it was like a clip, and I was like, I bet most people don't remember that Glenn Powell was in Spy Kids 3. And I was like, you're right.
I did not know that.
I didn't know who the fuck he was back then.
I will say, because those movies came out back to back years. I think 2001, 2002, 2003. And Alexa Vega back in 02, 03, being a little second, third grader, whatever. Man, you talk about finding some things out about yourself. Because I remember being at a buddy's house when Spy Kids 3 came out on DVD. It was my buddy's birthday. He gets a copy of Spy Kids 3. We're like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. You got Spy Kids 3. Put that shit in. So he goes, I'll throw in a bonus story with this one just because it's funny. It has But no, so he throws it in. And with all of us there, we've seen the movie. So we throw on the bonus features. We go straight to that Alexa Vega concert bonus feature because we're all gooning over Alexa Vega, bunch of boys at this birthday party. Like, Carmen, love it. Especially she had the little dance at the end of Spy Kids 2, and at the end. They're like, oh, what are you surprised your gadgets work? He's like, I forgot to put batteries in it. And they were actually dancing and like shredding guitar and shit.
That's funny.
But, fuck. Spy Kids 3.
Alexa Vega.
Yeah.
Birthday,
the bonus story is that. Okay. So we're all watching and then I think the pizza or whatever the fuck arrives. And a call from downstairs pizza. I feel like you know this story. Like I've told you the story before. All the kids go running downstairs. My buddy, his stairway was half carpet, half hardwood, and everybody's fucking running. I'm pulling up the rear. I'm the old chase the caboose in this situation. And I'm still gooning over Alexa Vega, and I'm like, oh, everybody left, and so I chase after everybody else.
You guys go ahead.
I'll be there in a second. I make it halfway down the stairs. I hit that hardwood part in my socks and just fucking slipped, and fell on my back. But at this point, everybody else had left for pizza. I landed on my back and I knocked the wind out of myself. And I just went down the next like 5 steps and was just at the bottom of the stairs, like winded because I knocked the wind out. I'm like, and so I'm like crawling my way to the kitchen, just like hoping somebody sees me. And everybody's just enjoying a delicious pizza and having sweet dreams of Alexa Vega.
I would imagine that they had to have heard you fall down the stairs.
Yeah, I was a big kid. You know?
I don't think I've ever not heard someone fall down the stairs.
Anybody here that do pizza, you know, weird.
Hey, but I mean, even the parents. Like, I can get the kids having the one.
Hear them over the kids.
It's possible. It's possible. Wild.
But yeah, man, they still hold up. I like them. I like even like the corny CGI of it all. Like, I feel like it actually does hold up. Like, it doesn't look as bad as like some shit looks. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I like the DIY style of Robert Rodriguez. We kind of talked about that last week a little bit.
We did.
And it's something I enjoy about him. You know, he does a lot of the visual effects himself and stuff, and usually works very closely with his kids with all that kind of shit. I love it.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Spy Kids.
We're going to have to go back and rewatch them.
You should.
Take a little trip down memory lane.
4th one exists, and I haven't seen the 5th one, so
I don't think I ever watched the 4th one.
The only reason I can give respect to the 4th and 5th one is that Robert Rodriguez saw it through. Like, he is still the one directing them. Like, you know,
yeah.
So it's like, okay, I can forgive that.
Yeah, I felt like some time had passed between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So like,
sure. 4 is called All the Time in the World. So
I didn't have all the time in the world to watch it, I suppose. But yeah, so I don't know. I just felt like I didn't want it. I was happy with my 3. I was like, I don't need another Spy Kids.
For sure.
But hey, I should at least go back and watch them to complete the franchise.
For sure. I need to watch the new one. All right, well, what's next, bud?
I guess I can go with a light one.
Sure.
And it was Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts?
Because I saw it in theaters.
Perfect.
But you were not with me.
I wasn't, but it does tee me up perfectly for my next one.
Yeah.
That I saw in theaters without you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured that'd be like a nice little combo.
Little trade-off. Thunderbolts.
I liked it.
That's what she said.
I did like it.
That's what she said.
And that's why I left it, because I know you want
to
watch
that.
it. So
I like that you like it. So
I enjoyed it. So that's something to at least you can go into it. No, hey, Philip enjoyed it. Like I said, I'd go see it again.
You did say that, yeah.
I'd go see it again.
I was like, that motherfucker needs it too.
I felt like I could have laughed harder, but I was subduing my laughs. I don't know. I went with a coworker, so I was like, trying to be like a macho man. Like, I'm not gonna laugh at all these jokes, but deep down, I was laughing.
That is one I'm very excited for. It's probably been the Marvel movie I'm most excited for.
One thing I will say, Florence Pugh, just goddamn gorgeous.
You always say it. Doesn't matter what goddamn movie we watch.
It doesn't matter. I don't even care. I don't even care for the movie, like that one that she did.
Yeah.
In the town.
Yeah. Don't worry, darling.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
You said I won't.
Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, baby. All right.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. You had me at don't. So
yeah. You had me before you even opened your mouth.
I fell in love as soon as you walked up. So it's just
Florence.
I developed a stutter over you.
God.
That and like
that's your big takeaway.
MCU's
back on track, baby.
we just need more Florence. That's it.
Y'all ain't listening.
Don't you know that's why I love Hawkeye?
Right.
she put the sriracha in the mac and cheese, and I got down on one knee, like as a reflex. I was like, "Will you marry me?" My heart skipped a beat that day. Yeah, big fan. That and like Margaret Qualley, big Margaret Qualley fan. I was talking to someone else, and like, I was like, yeah, well, she was in this movie and this movie, and they was like, oh, big fan, huh? I'm like, yes,
the biggest.
Ugh.
You walk around for hours in Death Stranding just to get a glimpse of Margaret Qualley in that game.
She's up now. I have to re-download the game.
She's in the. I gotta go.
I have packages to deliver.
Fucking.
If I can play the link, I can play Death Stranding. It's the same goddamn thing, except one you're just in an actual post van. But yeah, there was one thing that I didn't really care for with Thunderbolts. And it's like, I just had to get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like a personal. I was like, oh,
yeah.
wish you wouldn't have done that. But, like, it doesn't, like, really affect the story at all or anything. It's just a choice.
Well,
so,
I guess I can at least say this much. Hopefully, I'll get to go see it tomorrow.
Oh, we're going.
But
I'm not even going to work anymore.
Oh, fuck them! Thunderbolts 2 times.
And then then fucking your next movie 2 times. I'm gonna leave it in suspense for the audience.
Fucking. Oh, but I know that like they like Marvel themselves just kind of pulled the trigger after opening weekend of like revealing what the asterisk was. Like at the end of the movie, and like showed off all their marketing. It's like, oh, it's the new Avengers. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I don't know. I could have watched it. You know, you could have given me a fucking chance. But
see, I didn't know that, and so when they made the announcement, I was like,
well, yeah, because I think
like, cool.
I think you had the opportunity to see it before they fucking said something. I think.
Well, we'll watch it on Tuesday. So.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because it was like Monday. It was literally like that Monday. They. Because
I did. Well, I do a pretty good job about staying off of the internet, but I saw something that's like Thunderbolts Astrid explained, and I just didn't even scroll down any further.
Oh, it definitely became one of those things where it was like. I saw things like that, but then it was like Marvel themselves like just released shit. Like with their marketing, like they just shifted.
So, like, if you didn't see it during the opening weekend, then you're not really a fan.
Yeah, I was just like, whoa, hey,
if you didn't go opening night, then you missed out.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a wild thing. Which, like, I don't know. I've heard people say it doesn't really spoil anything necessarily. It doesn't necessarily affect anything. I do feel like a lot of people assumed it'd be something like this, anyways. Like,
that's probably why they just told people.
Yeah, so
they're like, I'm sure I'm sure you've heard by now, but in case we've been getting questions, like this is what it means.
But yeah, I'm excited to see it.
I thought it was, I guess, fun to see like what they did with that whole like being the new Avengers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. To see it happen, I was like, what? But it was like, yeah. But then I was like, huh. It was an interesting way to go about it. So, I will say, didn't care for the last cutscene.
Oh, yeah.
Like the little post-credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just me.
Can't be any fucking worse than Captain America's was a few months ago.
It's so bad, I can't remember what it was then.
That one was rough.
What was it? I really can't remember.
That was the fucking what the fuck do they call that guy? The leader, I think is what they call him. The guy with the big old head.
Oh yeah.
Green head. And he's in the raft or whatever. And Sam comes to see him and he says something about the multiverse, and it's just like he drops a line as if like we didn't know the multiverse is happening already. We were just like, oh, okay.
I guess I'd almost kind of put it in like the same realm as that almost.
Oh, well, fun.
But maybe
what fun.
maybe you'll enjoy it more than I did. I guess like my like I don't want, I'm not gonna I won't talk about it anymore.
We will. Yeah.
But yeah, so enjoy Thunderbolts.
Great. I hope I do too. I'm sure I will. Yeah, so I also hit the movies. Old Belle and I went. As has come up a few times now, Belle has been on her player's choice game kick lately. And Until Dawn was amongst those games. So I'd played it before because you and I played it that one time. We just played it straight through.
Yeah, we sure did.
In one sitting.
Crushed it.
Really enjoyed ourselves, really had a good time with it. Became one of my favorite games for sure. So Belle played it. I was curious to see what she was going to think because, she's not big on horror like that. I don't know if she'd ever played a horror video game up to that point.
I would assume not.
She did pretty good.
Detroit was probably the scariest game she's played.
All things considered, she did pretty good, but she enjoyed it. And then she was all hyped to go see the movie with me as well. Now, obviously, I went into this movie immediately. I had my expectations tempered. Like, I did not go into it like expecting it to be like the game or anything like that. I kind of knew what to expect.
Yeah.
In some ways, just from seeing the trailer or whatever. So we go in, only 2 there. So that was kind of nice.
That's awesome.
That's kind of nice.
That's one of my favorite movie experiences.
Yeah, do a little date night, nobody there, fantastic. So we go in. I will say the quick review that I gave you is the most accurate, I feel like. Where, I feel like the movie as a whole would have been better if they stuck closer to what the game was.
Yeah.
But I would play the shit out of a video game that was based on this movie.
Yeah, because I brought that up to Belle because she mentioned that. I was like, what did Chase say? I said he gave some review and I just loved it, and then I was like, oh yep, that's what it was.
Yeah,
and I was like, and because Belle was like, yeah, I can agree with that.
I heard that there was a guy I watch on YouTube who reviewed it, and he more or less said the same thing. I was like, okay, so I'm not the only one that thinks this. Because, the way it's done in the movie, you kind of seen from the trailers how it's just like...
You keep dying until you get it right.
More or less, yeah. It's just like, it's almost like a Groundhog's Day-esque thing where it's like, yes, once everybody dies, the thing resets back to the start, and you do it again. And then, but part of the gimmick is, every night it's something different.
It's never the same game twice.
Right. So, you could be getting chased by a killer one night, but then there's, a witch the next night or whatever. So, but the whole point is you got to survive until dawn.
Right.
So, something I had forgotten about, but, I remembered by, literally the very end of the movie, was that, the people who made the movie said, this is its own story within the same universe as the game. So the events of the game have happened, but this also happens as well. And so the guy who played Peter Stormare or whatever his name is, was in the game. He played the therapist dude or whatever. Well, he's in the movie, and he pretty much plays the same character. But I thought it was interesting, how they did it. At first, I was like, this is going to be, whatever. Just some teen horror flick of the month or whatever. But then as it, got going, once the cycle started, I was like, okay, all right, this is fun. I will say that. A lot of fun.
It was a fun movie.
A lot of fun. They did stick to the Wendigo stuff, which was nice.
Love it.
I was happy about that. Because from the trailers, I thought it was going to be and there was a Wendigo one night, But no, the Wendigos were pretty consistent. I was like, I like this. There's a lot more Wendigo action than I was expecting. Same with like the little slasher guy, like with the mask and shit. He's up in there. A lot of like subtle references to the game, like little storylines that were going on in the game of like the missing miners and shit like that.
Right.
All kind of strewn throughout. And then there's like, I guess you could call it a post credit. It's like a little stinger, like right before the credits roll on like a set of TV screens, I guess that the bad guy's been watching, and it shows. I feel like this doesn't really give anything away. I wouldn't be telling you this if I thought it was monumental.
Oh no, you're fine, bud.
But you see on the screen the like cabin from the game or whatever,
right?
And then like a car rolls up to the cabin, and it implies that what we just watched happened before the game events have happened.
Got you.
Which, once you watch it, I personally feel like there's a lot of holes in that, but whatever. I just feel like trying to connect these two things. It's like you're this close, but there's just some things that aren't connected for me. Still had a good time, don't get me wrong, but as far as like the connective tissue, some things are a little fuzzy. Now, there is a scene that was fucking crazy, Philip, that I just did not see coming. It was definitely the scene that made me wish that we were in a packed theater, because it was just like such a moment that I was like, wow. I was like, I did not fucking expect it. Because big props to the guy who made it. He really pressed for like practical effects, and it shows. I even thought that as we were watching, I'm like, I feel like these are fucking practical effects. Like, this shit looks gnarly. Like, this shit looks real. Like, you could reach out and touch it. And there's something that happens, like this whole scene where something that happens where it's like, at first, it's kind of like how in the first Final Destination, when dude is just like, whatever, I'm gonna hole up in this house. Death can't get me.
Yeah.
But like, death will still come and get your ass. You know what I mean?
That he's tried to.
So it's kind of akin to that, where they're like, okay, well, we gotta survive until dawn. Let's like hole up, in a place and be safe. And then something happens that I just was like, at first I'm like, oh, they're going to do this, and then this is going to happen. And then they did that, and then something totally fucking different happened. And I was like, oh my God. And it just kept happening. And I was like, oh my God. And then after that sequence was over, I thought it was done with. No, it kept happening. They kept bringing that shit back up. And I'm just like, this is wild, bro. What the fuck is this movie? This
is wild.
It is the wildest thing about it, hands down. I told Belle I would personally love, at the very least, like when they drop this on excuse me, like on DVD and shit, like that they have like some alternate endings or something, just something
just like, to mix it up.
One where everybody dies, one where everybody survives, like shit like that. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. Because that'd be kind of, it's still like sticking it true to the game too, right, where you can see like the different,
at the very bare
endings.
Minimum.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, dude. Until now, it's fun.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. And then there was one.
Oh,
it's my last movie.
Well, what was it?
Dark Skies.
Dark Skies. Now, is that the Alien one?
Sure is.
From like 2014?
Something like that.
J.K. Simmons up in that motherfucker?
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah.
That's like the alien nut.
Yeah. A little Blumhouse action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I recall. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Probably about 10 years.
Yeah. A little over at this point.
Well, it came out in 2014, so so unless you watched it when it just came. Yeah.
Well, no. That would have come out in 2013. Dark Skies.
It might have. I don't look at the release dates when I watch these movies.
Anyways. You fool me. Sometimes you want to talk about conviction. You say that shit is such conviction, sometimes I'm like, oh, he knows.
Sometimes I do know. Sometimes I do look, but I don't always go out of my way to check. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent little alien story.
Yeah. Well, good.
Almost like they really tried to do like the red herring, where like they really make you think that it's the youngest kid that had first contact, but it was really the oldest. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, right before they revealed it, I'm like, you know what? It's probably him. and then I started doing like where it kept cutting to like different. It was at different places, and I was like, oh yeah, it's him. And then they got his ass. I was like, damn. And then J.K. Simmons just cut out the little snippet and put it on his wall of just victims.
Yeah.
Of these aliens.
Yeah, because he was the alien nut. Right?
Yeah. Because they went and saw him because the mom put it together.
Well, the birds fly into the house.
Yeah, 3 different flocks even.
Jesus Christ, that's too many.
That's 3 too many. No birds should be flying in your house like that. The fucking mom started bashing her head on the window when she was showing a house. Yeah. That was crazy. Nothing really happened with the dad. He just stood out in the yard with his mouth open and then had like a bloody nose and then just walked back inside.
You good? Yeah, I'm all good.
And then just turns around and just leaves. But that was decent. That was a decent little flick. I thought it was nice.
Oh yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, nothing really more to.
Great. Well, my big capper is continuing the Quentin Tarantino series.
Oh yeah.
I watched Kill Bill volumes 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. And I remembered what I was going to bring up about, you want to talk about a movie that I watched too young and didn't quite fully understand. Because as I was watching it this time, I thought about the times that you and I would watch the Kill Bill movies, like in high school or whenever the fuck that was. And like, I remember enjoying them, but I also recall being very confused by a lot of things and also finding things more humorous than they really were. Like, we thought it was funny most of the time. Where it's like, yes, it is funny, but I don't think we understood the full capacity of the joke. We just thought, what the fuck are they doing? Like, why are people getting sliced and bleeding out to such a crazy capacity? Like,
there was a lot. I do remember a lot of blood.
A lot of the zaniness, I think, went over our heads. We were like, why is this so zany? You know, like, why is this? But also, at that point in our lives, I feel like we hadn't watched like kung fu films or anything like that.
That is
like,
true.
We hadn't been exposed to anything of that sort, so like we'd never seen anything like Kill Bill, you know.
Oh yeah.
And now watching Kill Bill after watching, like, because something that is cool about the Kill Bill movies is this kind of full circle thing of so Gordon, I don't know if it's Lou or Liu, but he was the lead actor in 36 Chamber of Shaolin.
Right.
And he's in the Kill Bill movies, and he plays 2 characters because he plays the leader of the Crazy 88, and then he plays like the little the master guy that trains Uma Thurman with the big old wispy white facial hair. But then RZA also did the music for Kill Bill, like he did the score and stuff. And I'm like, you know how fucking cool that probably felt, you know, like for RZA to like, it's like this guy, like what that means to him is probably insane.
You name your album after a movie, and then you get to write the soundtrack for the main actor of that movie in a fucking Quentin Tarantino film, like, you know,
just crazy. Talk about dreams come true. As far as my ranking goes, my current ranking at this is the fourth film I'm on. It's number one right now of the four.
Which one?
Kill Bill.
One and two. Does it count as?
I just count Kill Bill as one movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because I mean, it is. It is just the
broken up into it's one story.
Right.
It's still
because that's why the whole bloody affair. I mean, yes. The technicality of it being two movies because that's how it's presented.
Yeah.
But it's like the same as watching something in like a few. Because like later on, he would do like the Hateful Eight extended edition, which was 4 hours long, more or less. But they just did it as like a mini series on Netflix. You know what I mean? But it's still the Hateful Eight. It's still the movie.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just presented it in like a specific way, I guess. Because the version, the whole bloody affair version, like takes out, because the opening of Volume 2 is her driving in the car and like recapping shit, basically.
Yeah.
That scene's gone.
You don't need a recap.
No, you don't need the recap in the middle of the movie. Make no goddamn sense. That's gone. There's that anime sequence that's like, that's extended. The black and white sequence in Volume 1 is now in color. Because they did that to get the R rating because it was too bloody. So they made that sequence black and white.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the anime thing, like watching it this time around, I'm like, it's kind of cool to think that this is like Quentin Tarantino animation, right here. You know what I mean? Like, they're, to my knowledge, I don't think there's any other thing he's done with animation.
Not that I can think of.
But dude, it's just such like an intricate thing. Like I love it. It's such a grand, epic revenge story.
Hell yeah!
And especially now with my appreciation of kung fu films and whatnot over the years, and I've always loved Kill Bill, and now I'm still just like, fuck, Kill Bill is great.
Just a good ass movie. It's one I definitely like to go back and rewatch because it has been well over a decade.
Yeah.
At this point, since I've watched them, maybe I'll do that before his 10th. Whenever his 10th movie comes out, I'll just I'll do a little marathon and I'll watch his whole catalog.
Hell yeah. I'm hoping I wrap up on the 9th one and my current watch through, and then he's like, oh, my 10th one's coming out soon. Oh, thank God. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I'd put Kill Bill at the top. So current rankings is Kill Bill at number 1, Reservoir Dogs at 2, Pulp Fiction at 3, Jackie Brown at 4.
Checks out.
Yeah. I feel like I more or less know where the rest of this is going over the next 5 movies, but
Inglourious Basterds is another one I'd like to rewatch.
Yeah, which I feel like watching Kill Bill this time around, like I was watching Kill Bill and I'm thinking to myself, where is Kill Bill actually going to land, like, in the ranking?
When it's all said and done.
Because, like, now I'm being honest with myself, like, about Reservoir Dogs, about Pulp Fiction, like, where do they all stand truly for me? I feel like Kill Bill, like, is going to be, like, a solid, like, 3 for me. For sure. Like, top 3, because I really love it. But Inglourious Basterds and Kill Bill, I feel like their structure and just like the movies that they are, they both appeal to me so much. Like, I love them. And then same thing with Django. I feel like all 3 of those movies have like a very specific style and structure of the way like they're put together.
Right.
That like I really love. And those are like my top 3 of his flicks for sure.
Hell yeah.
But
then I guess so you have like, which ones would you have left?
Oh, so
I guess
doing my whole ranking now, huh?
You don't have to. They can change as you watch them. I'm just curious if you had like a guesstimation. before you rewatch them.
Yeah, my current guesstimation, I guess, revised with the ones I've just rewatched.
Yeah.
I would probably guess how it's going to go down is Inglourious Bastards will be number 1. Django will be number 2. But I don't know. Sometimes those two flip flop from rewatch to rewatch. So like I just never know with those two. Kill Bill.
They're almost tied for first one.
Most of the time, yeah. Kill Bill at number 3. So this is what I give for jumping around. I almost feel like I should have reversed it. Because I'd probably do... See, I don't know. Maybe it is hard. Maybe I do need to rewatch them. I guess I want to say Jackie Brown on the bottom. Oh, fucking Hateful Eight. Then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I feel like those two could flip flop as well. Then Death Proof. I enjoy Death Proof. How many was that?
I feel like that. And then the rest would just be
Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and then the other two. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Just quit talking for
Yep,
the rest of the episode.
There's nothing more to say.
I
don't know. I'd definitely have to rewatch them if I were to give.
Oh, for sure.
My breakdown. I feel like it'd shake out a little differently. But I don't know.
But I feel like that's just how Tarantino's movies are. They are all so good that it makes sense that no two people's rankings are ever really the same. Like it's just statistically, two people will probably have the same rankings. There's only 10 of these motherfuckers. But,
right? Yeah. Not to say that people wouldn't agree on the order, but there's only so many different variations.
I was watching.
And it comes down to personal preference.
Oh,
too.
for sure. Absolutely.
That's all it is. It's a personal ranking of movies that you like.
So watching it this time around, so Uma Thurman's daughter, Maya Hawke, is like an actress now, famous for like Stranger Things and a few other things. Also the daughter of Ethan Hawke.
Okay. Awesome.
But so I'm like, she looks so much like her mom, dude. I'm watching Kill Bill, and I could see where like some young gun could walk in and be like, "Oh shit, is that Maya Hawke? What are you watching?" And
that's funny.
And it's like, no, that's her mother. It's Kill Bill. Put some respect on it, Fucking.
Don't you know who that is?
And it is a bit of a bummer because I feel like he's only doing the 10, and there's always been like talk of that Kill Bill Volume 3, where it picks up all those many years later when Vivica Fox's character, her daughter, had grown up. And I was always like, fuck, I'd watch that.
Yeah, because she watches her die in front of her.
Yeah, and she's like, if you grow up and you still feel a certain type of way about it, you can
come find me.
Hit me up.
And she just might.
Yeah.
I'm about it, bitch. Come meet me.
The whole movie's just got like the slick dialogue and like it's a classic Tarantino, like telling it all out of order and shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good emotional.
The opening scene's rough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The first time I saw something like that, I felt like in a movie.
Yeah.
With like the nurse or whatever. Yeah. I was like, ugh.
Oh, with the pussy wagon? Buck?
Yeah. Acting like he was going to do stuff too while she was in a coma.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Which is funny that you say that. You said it was the opening scene.
Might not have been.
But it's funny that you say that because I too remembered that being like the beginning of that movie.
I thought that's how it opened.
It's not, bro. Not even in the slightest. Like that's like into the movie a ways. Like I would almost go as far to say it's like halfway through.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, the
But that's the other
That
thing.
scene.
Kill Bill has always been one of those movies, and I do feel like it's a bit of a testament to like a great movie, because I feel the same way about like The Departed sometimes, where no matter how many fucking times I see this movie, it feels like the first time I've ever seen this.
There's
movie.
always something new.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, this fucking movie, and watching it this time around, I'm like, damn, Kill Bill still has that effect.
Oh yeah. Definitely curious to watch it.
Yeah.
Again.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Kill Bill still holds up.
Still good.
Still holds up. Still good.
Classic.
Appreciated it a lot more. Oh, have always enjoyed it. Appreciated it a lot more now that I'm older.
Oh yeah.
And am looking forward to continuing this Quentin Tarantino journey.
I'd love to do a spin-off of like a Kill Phil situation.
Oh yeah. Well, if you recall, that was like one of the first things we were ever going to do.
Yeah, it sounded like
back in our parody days. When we were big into spoof movies.
Had to love them.
Because we were not only big into spoof movies, we were also big into Kill Bill. Thus, why we were like, oh, we should do a thing called Kill Phil.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. It's fun stuff.
It is fun, and I'd still do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We still should.
Now
more than ever.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd enjoy doing it a lot more now than I probably would have even realized as a kid.
Make those junior high versions of us real happy. Just so you know, we did it.
We time travel. Hey,
here, we hand him a copy of Kill Phil.
Changes like
Volume 1, and he fucking like slides the second case because and 2.
That's funny. 3 question mark?
Right. Keep sliding. What? He just fans it out like a deck of cards. It's a franchise, bitch.
It's a franchise. You never thought this was
possible.
Saga.
Fuck Bill and his 2.
You want to talk about an epic? Kill Phil. Now that's an epic.
Kill Phil. You can't.
Motherfuckers have tried, but
they're still making the movies, aren't they? You try as you might. So that's what one of the sequels is called.
Try as you might.
Kill Bill, Try as you might.
That's the 7th one.
That's the 7th. I love. That's gonna have to go down whenever we get around to doing our little series of fake movie trailers. Those are perfect.
Hell yeah.
Kill Bill Volume 7. Try as you might.
I still laugh at the idea of like reading all the parts for like sound tests, like for filming and stuff. Yeah. I still would find that hilarious if Phil just did the whole movie.
Gets real into it.
Because like commits to like each rule.
That's funny. That's funny. We're gonna have a Tusk situation on our hands here. You're gonna hear a joke here and then see our.
That is funny. Yeah.
Our shit later. All right.
Joke movie, yes. Joke movie, no.
All right. Well, that'll do it. Yeah, bud. Yeah, bud.
I was like, am I saying that correctly?
No, you're not, because you need glasses.
I guess.
That's the Big 2-7.
That's the Big 2-7. I've been Phil.
I've been Chase.
And this has been Phil and Chase watching everything. Ooh, stumbled there at the end.
Peace.
Later.